Absolutely, and that is 100% true. You could see them struggling a little bit on Sanok, trying to sort of get their feet under them. But the guys said, you know, maybe this is a warm-up. Maybe this is a starter map to get their fingers hot. Well, that time has passed. In fact, that time should have been on day one. Some of these teams on the bottom have had their chance, and now it is to see the cream rising to the top. ERANGEL, I think this is your last chance to make a statement. If you're one of those teams in the middle of the pack, sort of like TEAMUNIQUE or Queso right now, or BS or Team Busan, you need to make the play. Your time is running out. If they don't do well in this game, I don't know that they can rein it back in.
Well, this is one of the maps that they know best as well. All of the teams, they played on this map from the beginning, and let's be honest, 5 more games to go.
BRK,
this is the time.
We're looking at BRK right now, who's had a very difficult tournament so far. They're in second to last place, 15th, 84 points on the board. But you know what? They still want to continue to make a statement for their region. They want to put up good numbers. So this is a chance for them. They've got the circle. They have a little extra time to loot. Maybe this is their game to say something.
Look, if you've never won a game in a tournament like this, on a venue like this, you want to do that because that feeling is extra. And I can't really explain it because it's just a feeling that you want to experience yourself.
Honestly, one of the coolest things about PUBG mobile esports to me is this idea that even when you're on the bottom, even when you're struggling, you still have a chance to get the spotlight, right? You can still have that chicken dinner game, get to do the interview with Frankie, get a chance to feel what it's like to sort of be a winner up here. So at that point, everybody still has skin in the game. Everyone can still has something to pursue.
All right, checking in on SSG here in Yasnaya. Looks like they're here by themselves, actually. Wait, no. Actually, we got Scars Black. They're more on the western side of the town, though. And SSG, they got the eastern side here.
They do. PLM is going to be north of them. They made a very long rotation all the way up to Kameshki. We might check in with them later. But Space Station Gaming, even with Yasnaya, it was a long jump for them. And when it comes down to loot efficiency, this could prove a challenge.
And Rolex getting a little bit close to Scars Black. You got to be careful. And I mean, it's the first time we see Rolex here today.
Yeah, but why do you bring a Rolex to the party? Because you're looking to flex. And if you want to do that, put them right next to Scars Black, let them have a chance to shine. I think why not? You're at a stage where taking a fight and making a push is the way to show a little bit of bling to the rest of the field.
Oh, can he bring the carnage, though?
I don't know. It's time for Rolex. I hope that he can do it. Let's check in with ALLREJECTION Gaming as the guys go ahead and get themselves looted up down there by Milta Power. They've got a good open spread in the Milta region. Not a lot of contest for them, and they're in the middle. We've often seen this circle tends to favor that sort of little power lumber camp area. So I think they're in a pretty good starting spot, and they're going to have a little extra time to loot, but don't get caught up in looting too long.
Yeah, and don't forget, we still have a little piece of Military Island inside the zone here. So it might actually shift down. If we see a lot of hard shifts towards the south, you want to be careful. You want to have control over that bridge if that happens.
We're checking back in with Scars Black and SSG as they continue to get closer and closer together. Two guys who agreed to share a town seem to now be fighting over real estate as they rapidly run out of looting spots and are drawn into a potential building conflict.
Look, we played a few games of ERANGEL, but we still have 2 more after this one. Now it's time to show dominance. This is our town. We want this for ourselves.
Let's jump down to XQuest, the current leaders, but only by 3 points over Elite Gaming. TOPESPORTS not far behind that either. They're going to go ahead and work out that sort of country road just to the side of farm. We like to call it sort of spaghetti compound because of the way that it's shaped. Decent amount of loot there, but more importantly, a very easy push to middle. If they want to get the red houses or the crossroads or even maybe bunkers, that's available.
Yeah, and we can see that here on the map. It's pretty free all around and no one's close to them. And that comes down to there's not too many good compounds to actually loot for a whole team there.
TOPESPORTS going to go ahead and hit those crates. We saw a lot of fighting up here yesterday, didn't we, Froz?
Yeah.
Got GCB up there right next to them. They've been using South George. That said, these teams have a long way to go on the rotation. I don't expect them to get into a fight. TOPESPORTS, by the way, is currently sitting in 3rd place with 200 points. Only 21 behind the lead. So if they get a good rotation and a couple of kills, they could hoist the trophy themselves.
Yeah, we saw them go a little bit to the west, so they're going to be careful because GC Busan, they're in South Georgia as well. Meanwhile, let's take a look at Unique here taking some shots on Nova.
Unique in the first shot in the game. It seems like a consistent thing that we say. They're looking for these fights early. They're not afraid to pull up, take a few shots, and then continue with their rotation. I respect it. I like to see it. It's paid off once as they've already gotten 1 chicken dinner in this tournament. But you know, being at the spot that they are in 9th place isn't good enough for them. They're going to be looking to get a little bit aggressive.
Definitely not, and don't forget, most of the points are accumulated from placement itself, so getting those wins are really, really important.
That's a great point. For those of you who are joining us, placement points are king, especially you need to get to the top 5. Kills are cool, but they're not going to get you the big win. You've got to do a little bit of each one, and so that's what we're seeing teams try to find the right balance. A lot of action starting to develop around the bridge here. ALLREJECTIONGAMING has rotated through Milta to grab the Crossroads compound. That's a great compound for us because of its ability to pick people off on rotation.
Yes, it's really good, but you got to be careful here. On the north side of this compound, that's the most vulnerable point because it's so easy for teams to actually push in from there.
Vulnerability and weakness is not something you ever want to expose yourself to, particularly in PUBG. It puts you in a bad spot, and one of those bad spots might be where BRK finds themselves right now. They're on the south side of the bridge. If it shifts away, there's going to be a lot of trouble between them and safety.
What's going on here, though?
TOPESPORTS is I think they're underneath the bridge. Yeah, Whitecat was letting him go by and then jumped up to go for the spray. They tried to stop, he gets the knock. Groza is down. He's gonna go ahead and get the flush and hope that because of the flush, 69 just continues to drive away, and I think it's gonna work.
Well, they also get, except for all the loot they're gonna get there from Groza, they're also getting that UAC, but you also can see that there's a buggy on the other side as well, so plenty of vehicles to work with now.
They had the cars. Honestly, this felt a little bit like TOPESPORTS was kind of playing into. They knew 69 would be rotating across this bridge out of crates and went ahead and got there first. It was a great play. Gets 1 point in the bucket, a little bit of extra loot, and causes some trouble for a team that they just don't want to have to deal with later.
That's why it's so important to know your teams, know your surrounding teams. Where do they loot? Where do they rotate? What time do they rotate at? Because then you can set up an ambush like that.
I will give a shout out to 69 though, because you got to remember sometimes being able to walk away from a fight is just as important to knowing you can win one. They didn't turn around, they didn't force that fight, they moved on and said, let's secure a better position in this game and take a fight that's more advantageous for us.
Sometimes you just gotta cut your losses.
Absolutely. Controls, you know, it's a big deal. Yasha, though, has got sights on AY. He opens fire right away. AY scatters back and forth, ducks inside. Meanwhile, Elite Gaming, the whole crew rolls up. Nova and Elite right on top of each other, with Unique causing trouble in the distance.
There's so many teams actually, they are just grabbing in here, all of them.
This is one of those things we talked about. Remember I said it feels like these circles often gravitate towards lumber. That's why everyone's headed up here. They feel like they felt this happen in the past. They know the location. Yasha's in a pretty good spot. Well, let's jump over to Bandit, who's trying to find himself a flanked position on Unique, but Unique has got a good spread from Kitsune all the way to Old Boy. They have that entire sort of hilltop covered. They're moving Nagi down to back up Kitsune, and Old Boy can hold that spot by himself. So I believe Nova will most likely fall back to the yellows and maybe the Harry Potter Tower and just wait this one out.
Looks like Unique, they don't want to take the fight right now. They're falling back a little bit, trying to see where they want to go because we got a new circle. And once again, we do have a little part of Military Island inside that one.
Elite Gaming backed off. They went towards Pride Rock and then around Prison. They're just going to go off, probably to Farm if I don't miss my guess, a little bit later. Unique is in a pretty good spot. The thing is, Farm is now the center of the circle.
Yeah.
X-Quest is the only team over there, and now Bigtron, who said they're going to get themselves the win, are taking a lot of fire from BRK.
You got to be careful. Big E-Tron, they still have 3 people towards Novo right now.
He jumped
out by himself.
I don't think he knew which side he was getting shot on for a minute there as Natick tries to figure out what's going on. He does manage to get behind the car. He's not taking damage from ARG yet, but I don't think that's going to last very long as they hear the shooting and they're going to be looking in this direction as well.
Actually, they don't because there's a suppressor on that gun, so it won't be showing.
There you go. Oh, then big win for Natick there because I think that had they known that, it could have been big trouble. You got BRK, though, stuck on the south side. Let's check back in with Team Unique, who's still dealing with fight after fight. These guys are just constantly fighting in transition. Elite Gaming drives on by. I mean, look at this rotation right now from the guys from Unique. They've been literally all over the map.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do sometimes. You're adjusting yourself towards the circle. We saw it going more on the north side before on the first one. Now we're moving a little bit more towards the south.
Old Boy has been an absolute star for his team so far in this tournament. Now we'll jump over to Zuxi, who has been great with a sniper rifle, but also really seems to use that DP effectively. We've seen him use it multiple times during this tournament, likes to sort of lay down blast cars, and honestly uses a good mid-range pop and lock weapon.
Where is BRK going? Are they going to the west trying to find a boat maybe? It looks like that, and that means that Big E-Tron, they will get the bridge. They will get to join up with Natick again.
If you're wondering what's going on, PLM has found one of the best compounds for this circle, and so that's what Unique was doing down there. We're going to see a lot of teams come down, poke around, scout this spot, and then decide to move away because it's very difficult to breach that location.
You know what I like what PLM did there? They had one guy in the shack itself. Yeah. So if they get breached, they have one on the outside that can take another angle and cut him off from the behind.
Honestly, that's the big play with there at the breach is you crash up from behind the one blind spot to the garage house, but if someone's in the shack, then he comes out and surprises everyone. Very, very clean. Let's jump over to Elite Gaming, who's currently in second place, only 3 points behind XQuest, and watch them as they take shots over at Scars Black. Scars Black, the only team so far, actually 2 teams, one of 2 teams that has lost somebody. George is out. Team 69 has also lost Groza. That's where we're at right now. A lot of teams alive, a very big space, but in the next shrink, which is not far off, Froz, it's going to rapidly run out of real estate.
Oh yeah, and we saw Big E-tron there on the south side. They looks like they're trying to cross the bridge right now.
Ayala putting some work in on GC Busan as he tries to make the transition. Look at him, he's just recklessly chasing. You could actually see the moment where his team said, Ayala, get back here. We have to make a change, we have to rotate.
It's time to rotate because a new circle hit and oh my God, look at that.
Wow, so it's gonna be a very hard yoink down towards that southeast side. Nova in a pretty good spot and with a box to benefit from. Bigatron has sort of started to make their advance across the bridge, but their late transition may cost them as ALLREJECTIONGAMING is waiting at the crossroads. They don't have to move. It looks like they're going to anyway, though. I want to see where they think is a better spot.
Big E-tron, they're moving now, but at the same time, ALLREJECTIONGAMING started to move at the same time, so they might just get to cross here for free now.
So they are going to go ahead and grab a lower version of crossroads, grab that tower, and watch rotations. Bezai putting in some serious work on SSG as they try to make their transition down towards Milta. If you were late to this circle, your only option is crash Milta or take High Rocks south of Milta Power. So we're gonna see which of those 2 options these teams favor. I expect to see a horde of people in Milta in a mere matter of seconds, Froz, and that is going to mean chaotic urban fighting.
And that's exactly what the desk wanted, right?
They said that this morning, we want urban warfare. Well, maybe this is your chance to have it. Milta, a interesting city, split by a road, divided in 4s, a great place to play quadrant style of warfare. We're seeing it break out already. Bandit knocks Juicy, Zuxi knocks Paraboy, Kitsune knocks Moha. Moha eliminated. The fights are breaking out because there's just nowhere to go. It's oceanfront property, but you want no part of it.
One by one, they're just falling right now because everyone's trying to get into Milta. They want to be there. They want to be inside the city. They want to have a good position. Everybody thought they were the first one to get there, but no, you're the second, you're the third. You're just getting shot at.
Remember, when you talk about Milta, south of Milta is water. The beach doesn't have a lot of cover. North of it is a field. Again, not a lot of cover. Off to the far side on the west, between there and farm, also giant field with a couple of hay bales. There's nowhere to hide if you don't find a spot quickly. That's where things like Busan, hard rotation, Angry does manage to find a compound, takes a couple of shots at Nova, and they're probably just going to agree to share.
Yeah, they don't want to take the fight. They can work together to keep everybody else off this compound themselves. Shoot the people inside the city instead. Meanwhile, we saw Top Esports with a good rotation on the east side, actually, and they have a lot of space to work with because we still have 16 teams alive. 14 of them is around Milta right now.
Second person choosing to prioritize that DP as they're looking to spray down cars and get some shots as people come in. Very versatile gun in PUBG Mobile. SSG takes the reds. Nova gonna do a little split as well as some beachhead, but neither one really gonna push each other. I think in a weird way, they're gonna protect each other here.
Well, that's how we work sometimes. You get your neighbors, you get to know your neighbors, you share a cake or 2, have a coffee in the morning, and then you become friends.
It's all about community and throwing grenades at each other. That's what it's like to live in a neighborhood. All right, Nova, by the way, is our 4th place team right now. The next circle has come out. It's cutting off a large portion of Milta, so we're gonna be focusing on that east side.
And look at this, Top Esports, really good position right now, but they could get even better if they start rotating a little bit towards the north. But looks like they are gonna be selling on the south side. TeamQueso, they can get themselves really good compound here and also a free airdrop.
Again, Nova and SSG very likely to keep harassing each other, but each team in a position to res anyone who goes down. Smortal taking some shots at all rejection as they try to find their way in. Bigatron in one of the worst spots of any team as they have to come all the way from the bridge and try to make their way around. Zuxi, however, doesn't care. Tell him he's out, he doesn't care. RRQ Athena suffering as Senior takes tons of shot from Zuxi. That was a 3x on a DP, but you would have thought it was an M14 with a 6x the way that he plays.
That's how it works sometimes. Now, a lot of teams have to take the hard decision. Do you want to go early into the circle, or do you want to wait and be the last team to push in?
All right, sick car plays there. Luxy still getting some finishes. Ernie goes down from RRQ. I mean, the twins are absolutely insane and difficult to deal with. Sixless manages to get a knock on AY. Bigatron, though, look at Zuxi making the send on the inside of what? Soul just drives into town. They don't care. They get in the car, they drive through everything, and you know what? They pulled it off. The brashness pays big time.
It works for now, but hey, at the same time, getting into town is the easy part. Getting out, it's the hard part.
That's true. If it shifts away, all of these guys inside the city are going to really struggle. Yasha gets knocked by a headshot from Jenny, Planet, and Leader also go down. Leader is flushed by Bufla from Team 69, but they get the exchange. Bronco takes Bufla. Now we see Bandit checking in with that Nova SSG standoff we've been looking at. 69 team is eliminated elsewhere, being the first team knocked out in this round.
Bandit here outside the compound itself while the rest of the team is inside. He's making sure no one's pushing on the southwest side or southeast side there, but he gotta be careful because if he gets knocked outside there, he's gonna get flushed.
Seems like everyone's managed to find themselves somewhere to hide. We'll try to take a chance and do a little bit of an update for you right now. TEAMUNIQUE is down one player. Yasha is out. Scars Black has lost George. XQuest, the leaders in this tournament, have lost Paraboy and Cat, so that puts them down on 2 and has to be a little bit scary. Soul is down 1. Space Station Gaming is playing with 3. Juicy down, though Juicy stronger as a shot caller in my opinion, and ELG loses leader.
Now look at the circle here. We see how many teams are actually inside Milta itself, and look at it. It's on the edge of this circle here. If the next one shifts hard towards east, north, it's gonna be really rough for all of those teams.
I mean, taking real estate in here is gonna be more expensive than trying to find a house in LA. Planet goes down. CZ from PLM also dropping and flushes. XQF puts in the work, wiping down 2 players. Cool Boy drops. That's bad news for them and great news for everyone else. You can watch the replay on the bottom right, but Soul coming up. They are covering this area and taking the fight to anyone around them.
Let me tell you, Big Each on this game, they have been phenomenal so far. They're going for the kills. We saw them in the last game, winning with 14 kills. They want to do it one more time here.
Absolutely, it's been an absolute cracker of a match so far. Love seeing the way this is going. Just a reminder for you guys on the standing, XQF is in first place. Elite Gaming is 3 points behind them in second. Top Esports 19 behind in third, and the shift comes out. We thought it might happen. It runs away from town, and now GC Busan has a shack and a prayer, and everyone else has to leave the city. And that's the hardest thing to do in PUBG Mobile is get out of town because there's no cover and a lot of people who want your blood.
GC Busan, they got one of their only compounds inside. Then you have Queso with another compound on the east side. The rest, it's more or less just open space for everyone to play on.
Yeah, that compound is going to be clutch. The problem is it may be difficult to defend. They may have to collapse into one building and allow sort of things to unravel around them. But we'll check in with the chaos that's about to break out. Rose putting some work in already. Elite Gaming trying to find their way out, or in, I should say, to the circle. But GC Busan will have a spot where they can just show strength to the entire map. They're currently in 7th place. They need a big game to get back into this, and this compound could be it.
Busan, GC Busan, currently focusing on Queso, but they don't want to do that. Look at this, though.
Nuxie comes out and goes for the spray. They're everywhere. He's just hoping and praying. He ultimately goes down. It gets taken out by AY. AY gets the flush, and Luxy, who is dynamite from distance, couldn't win the spray. The bullet speed on the DP, it just fires too slow.
One by one, they went down, and Bigatron, they are out for this game on 15th place.
Oh, Viper is on fire. Mortal as well. They managed to get out, but Rose is lighting up Unique. We see Lapis go down. Nova loses 1. AY gets flushed. Soul, Viper lost. Jamon down as well. The chaos is real, and GC Busan watching it all happen.
Hunting season just opened for GC Busan here. They're just picking them off one by one. Whoever wants to come and get shot at, welcome.
Nova goes down, Bigatron as well. 69 team, 3 teams eliminated so far, and kills are on the menu. GC Busan should be racking them up. They've still got 4 players alive. Let's take a look at SSG as they try to maintain their position. Remember, they were in that sort of weird exchange with Nova, but they managed to get into the circle.
They are inside a shack on the edge of the circle. They gotta be careful because Jimmy from XQF, he's still inside the city. He's the last man standing. He wants to go for that shack.
That's the last remaining survivor from XQuest in first place. If Unique or SSG or anyone else can pin him out, that'll be great news. He's in the blue. So at this point, if the other teams see him go down with, say, 10 teams left alive, they know that their options are, again, wide open. XQuest has given up over 30 points of lead down to just 3.
And now's not the time for them to go out. They want to keep that lead going, but it's gonna be rough. It looks like Jimmy's just gonna alternate for the healing in the blue.
Rose has been up here just causing problems. The SLR is so strong. Unique suffering their wrath as GC Busan gets the circle again, right smack in the middle. This is their game. But the stress, the pressure, you know you got the circle, you know the world is watching.
And you gotta shoot all around you, 360 degrees, because people are gonna try to crash you from every direction. The big question is, can they hold out any breaches here? And how many teams will try to breach them?
It's gonna come down to the breach. Does it all happen at once, or is it one after another? If they march into GCB like lemmings, they'll walk off the cliff and be made to extinction. If they all come as once, perhaps someone rises up and takes them down.
Currently, GC Busan, 0 kills.
What? That's impressive. They're getting a lot of knocks, and I think the other problem, though, is once you do that, they crawl behind the rock. Somebody else takes it and steals it. But right now, placement is king. The fact
BRK coming in.
Okay, so our first break moving in. BRK making the crash. Queso saw it happening, decides to do it as well. The spray from Rose, he knows they're downstairs. BRK and Queso both inside. XQuest is out. XQuest is out in 13th place, opening up the field for someone else to take the lead. Naoto putting up some shots on SSG. We see Top Esports losing people. SSG is losing people. Sixless trying to make his advance, but Chaos is broken out all over the map. Rose with the nade, tosses it down. Queso at the bottom of the stairs, doesn't get any of them. He throws the second for good measure. It ends up on the top floor. They're thinking about coming up and waiting for their chance to push, but Rose has nade after nade. The smoke is out. Will it work? Meanwhile, Owens goes down. TeamSouL is eliminated. Naoto drops to his own teammate. Reno dives to the play zone.
Now look at this. We got 3 teams in this compound. It's GC Busan, it's BRK, it's TeamQueso, and just outside there's so many teams lingering all around. They don't want to be pushing this right now because they know there's way too many people inside that compound.
They also dropped a bonus box just outside the compound, so whoever does sort of come out and take that north wall will get a little bit of bonus. Elite Gaming knows XQuest is out, wants to put up some good points. They're going to play this a little bit slow and engage against all rejection. They're in second. They're going to be moving up, probably ahead of XQuest just based on their placement so far, if they can survive just a little bit longer. That's it. Top Esports was also eliminated. Rolex gets the spray on Nagi, but the return kill from Old Boy takes him down.
It's down to 6s on SSG right now. He might be able to get the revive on Rolex. He does finish off Nagi first, though, making sure to grab that 1 point.
Teams that are still in the hunt: GC Busan, RRQ Athena, Unique, PLM, Queso, Space Station, Elite Gaming, All Rejection, and BRK. As we jump to Baraka right now, that crash was clutch. We knew the compound was important. 2 teams at the same time, both South American, pushed in and took what was
RRQ
theirs.
coming in. Now it's going to be 4 teams here.
G9 trying to come in. He'll sit on the downstairs. Baraka gets an explosion. Old Boy gets knocked by Sixless, but Sixless goes down to G9. It's a back and forth, a battle for dominance. Rolex is down. Nice play by G9 as he takes out the SSG man. SSG eliminated from the match, bringing us to 7 teams with 22 alive. The compound is king, but it's so congested, the outside may become more important.
The outside might be more important, but at the same time, you're going to have a rough time because there's so many teams inside the compound. They're not focusing on each other. They're focusing outside the compound. They don't want any more people inside there.
Absolutely. The occupancy limits on these houses have absolutely been reached. The question is, will they have to come out or not? Baraka going for the sprays on ELG. You gotta love that little pre-fire wiggle that he's doing as they gather up just over there. ARG, Sarah takes couple of shots as well, but him and Elite Gaming, they're so close to each other. PLM moves in by the shack. Rhodes is aware of it, but used all of his grenades trying to fend off Queso.
And look at this, RRQ right now, taken slowly. Actually, hold on, they are pushing in.
They're gonna push in and grab that wall. It's a good spot. PLM can't peek because Rhodes is covering them essentially. So we'll see how that develops as it goes forward. G9 watching PLM, waiting for one of them to stand up now that he's made that advance to the circle. 7th circle, Shrink is on, no one with a lot of space to go. ELG throwing out Molotovs, hoping to just catch someone as everybody else limps their way into this final compound. They wanted an urban finish. What? Knocked there. ARG gets the spray on Basie. The trade is up. A little bit of help from Lapis. All rejection. I don't know if they can get the res. Do they have the angle there?
I don't think they can get the rest. It's only Bronco left right now, and he's taking a lot of blue damage here. He can't really move because he's getting seen by the other teams when he does.
Absolutely. So there we go. Zooms ends up going down to G9. RRQ Athena has been putting in a lot of work right now. They need Elite Gaming to go out. That way the 1, 2, and 3 teams will have suffered, and they will have their chance to climb.
D2E there with the nade, getting rid of that people in the shack. Now they know that one is clear. We can move a little bit further maybe.
All right, that's a nice play by All Rejection Gaming. They're putting in a lot of work, not allowing themselves to be pushed around right now as they get ready for their possible move. Circle here, Elite Gaming is officially eliminated. That means that RRQ Athena is the only team from the top 5 of the bracket still in this match. And they're gonna be looking to catch up and get some good points here right now.
That's huge, one of the favorites coming into this. And right now, they're currently sitting on 5th place. They are looking to grab that chicken in and they want those points.
That said, it's TeamQueso's got 4 alive. These were the guys who played spoiler all day yesterday, looking to make a big play on a first ERANGEL today. GC Busan is knocked out as well. They're currently in 7th place, so everybody on the top of the leaderboard except RRQ Athena has been eliminated. All of these teams in the mid bracket who needed a big game, this is their chance.
Jasper putting down that smoke there. Not sure what to put his face, but BRK, they're going for it.
Mystic lights up BRK. We got 2 men down. Meanwhile, on the outside, All Rejection Gaming is playing very aggressively. Ayala gets dropped by Jasper. Or Lapis, I'm sorry, and now it looks like they're all stacking up around the 3-story compound. Mystic with the spray, RRQ Athena firing back. PURPLEMOOD Gaming is eliminated. Sinop goes down, so does G9. Queso holding strong. Fusi sprays down with ARG. Sarah is over. Mystic lights up the planet, and he looks like Queso is working hard to keep this one. 3 players left alive. All Rejection down to 2, but no time to res. 2 teams left, 1 on the outside, 1 on the in.
It's TeamQueso versus RAG right now. Who's gonna bring it home? We see some trades coming in here.
Marco gonna go ahead and watch. He knows Cesar's on the outside. It looks like he wants to make the push. Transitions past the doorway. They get fire. It looks like we lose 1. Marco gets another knock. Mystic and Axel sliding forward. Lapis on the opposite side of the RV.
He only got banned. Oh, Lapis is going for it. Guts 1.
Yes,
he got him.
Not easy. He got them all.
He got him.
He got them all. He got them all.